And good morning, Savannah and the Low Country. It's the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Board. What's the rest there, Mr. Griffin?
We are live here at Center Sports Universe at Coach's Corner.
Don't forget, we're part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network, okay? Presented by John Henderson and Del Henderson. We got Rubbin' and Grubbin'. Can't see it. I got to get fix this in a little, but I don't want to cut us off. There we go. Wednesday nights, 6 o'clock. Dan Foles, Brandon Baines, Lawrence Bennett do a great job talking all NASCAR, all car racing. Go to their Facebook page. Go to their YouTube page. Subscribe. You're going to have a lot of fun listening to these two guys. Then above my head, small little poster, is our podcast team of Spencer Maddox and Travis Jadon on the Hot Grids podcast. And then, of course, it's the Karl DeMasi Sports Sport with the Coach and AD, Wednesday nights at 7 and then Saturday mornings at 9. We're all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. I hope you're having a great day. And, baby, it's cold outside.
Man, I called my dad last night up in North Carolina. I said, hey, did you get any snow? He goes, yeah, we got about an inch in Gastonia. So they were expecting maybe 3. But, yeah, a little bit cooler outside for us, Karl. So it doesn't seem like spring sports are going to start on Monday, but they are, regardless of the weather. So a lot of action here. We got a lot of basketball for you. We got a great lineup for you here on our show today. And once again, football starting, NFL, playoffs start today and tomorrow.
3 games,
three games, man.
Tomorrow.
If you want some football and you want to be in a place to watch it, this is the place. Coach's Corner Sports Network right
and
here.
They'll put on any show you want or any football game you want, any NFL show you want on the gazillion TVs in here. There's a massive. We got the projector screen up. We got to give a shout out to Coach Corner. That screen will come down and they'll have a game over here. They got the big screen over there. I mean, it's all over the place. So come watch your favorite team. Cleveland, Baltimore. I don't know who's playing today. We'll get into it. I know who's playing today.
We do know who's playing today. He knows.
We're playing football, okay?
Yeah.
And then Monday night, hey, you want to come party? If it's still on.
Well.
If it's still on.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
The Natty.
Oh. Oh.
COVID.
Oh.
My ribs hurt.
Oh, God. Oh, don't want to get hit by Pat Surtain.
Justin Fields took a good shot in.
He did take a shot.
Yes.
Now, don't get me wrong. That is one tough joker right there. I mean, the shot he took against Clemson came out and just had an unbelievable performance.
Yeah. So, all right, let's set the lineup up. We'll start here. 3 steps in the door. High school, first step. College, second step. Pros, the third step. Then we'll get into about 9:15. Hey, good friend of the show. He's been a supporter of us for a long time, for me for a long time. Dr. Stuart Fife, his office, his rehab center used to be in the JEA over there on Abercorn. He has moved now. He's over on off of Mall Boulevard. He'll give us the exact address, but we have a brand new Fife Therapy Rehab Complex. I mean, the indoors facility, they got an aqua training tank. They're going to turf the back. They're going to make a little, what's the big thing? Starland Yard with all the containers.
Yeah.
They're going to take a container. They're going to make a rehab center outside. Stuart Fife, Dr. Stuart Fife is going to tell us all about it.
Give us a tour.
He's going to give us a tour. Okay, so we'll have him on. Then about 9:30, hey, it's the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete Week, but it's a former Wetherington Chiropractic Athlete Week. If you followed them all season long, from Memorial Day School, what a story. This kid they didn't think was going to make it out of Savannah, Georgia, to make it big time at West Virginia. Hey, West Virginia has a Savannah connection.
Yes, they do.
But Winston Wright from Memorial Day School, Blue Thunder, Matador football player, 3-sport athlete. He's going to be on about now 9:30. I'm excited about that. And then we're going to end out with a lady who started with us way back in the summer.
Yes,
just like Kayla Rozier, July 30th. On the show, told us she was committing to North Florida. She signed Wednesday night. This lady finished her first year at Georgia Southern. Now she's at our second year. She's in the AE Lady Beach Bulldog. She must have loved that win last night.
Oh, she was jacked about that win last night.
So Anita Howard from Georgia Southern, Anita Griffin Howard, she played at Beach. Beach for Ronald Booker. So that'll be a lot of fun. All right, let's get 3 steps in the door because I'm babbling, I'm bubbling, I'm stumbling, and let's just start out with high school basketball. Of course, everybody wants to know where they're ranked. So go right ahead there, Mr. Griffin.
All right, so we're going to talk about a little bit of basketball rankings here, girls, and this will get shaken up here.
Yep.
Number 1, Johnson. All right. Then you had number 6, Beach. All right. That will be a little.
That'll
might
be
be some
changed
little
next week.
shaking in the polls there. Then in Class 2A, number 3, Willow Tompkins off to a 9-0 start.
They won again last night.
Lady Cavaliers, they're number 9 in Class A private. They had another win last night as well, over a big win over Aquinas.
I know he's a Calvary guy, okay? He's the Calvary AD, but that's got to shake up too, because Johnson loses the Beach. Calvary girls beat Beach. I know it's 3A versus 1A. That's got to, I mean, I can't see how they rank number 9, but that's, it's on paper. That's why they do it. And fans love rankings. So
everybody loves rankings.
We'll go to the boys' side now.
Boys, man, Richmond Hill just keeps on building the hill. We need to have their basketball coach on.
Oh, Bill Henderson. He'll come on in a second.
Let's get Bill on because, I mean, they're building the hill right there. Right. I mean, 12-0, another big win. Jenkins gets a
big
win.
Upset last night.
Big upset last night.
But Windsor Forest had a month and a half off.
They did have a month and a half off. That's going to be so. So number 9, Jenkins stays there. They're at 7-5.
That's 4A.
Yep, 4A. And so Johnson, all right, 7-0 as well. And then number 4, Windsor. Like I said, they've been off a month and a half. It's going to take them
third game of the season.
Oh, how many games are you in right now?
We're in only 8, but you look at Jenkins, they've already played 12.
Yeah, and so a lot of this, I mean, but just think about only being your 3rd game of the season. That's kind of crazy. Right. And then in 2A, number 5, Will Tompkins. Once again, they're off to an 8-1 start, so they're rolling.
All right, I'll give you the basketball scores from last night. It's the first place. Well, it's not the first place. Okay, let me tell you, people.
Yeah, tell you where you can
go to the prepsportsreport.com. On the top is a ticker. Okay, and I got all the scores updated from last night. I got to go in, put the games for today. We got a bunch of games today. It's right there on the ticker. So you want one place where you can get all the scores, prepsportsreport.com. Okay, it's my original venture into promoting more prep sports news. So go check it out. All right, here we go. On the ladies' side, Richmond Hill travels down to Bradwell, wins 40-31. South Effingham went to Brunswick, 66-36. I do not have a Groves Savannah High girls final. Okay, Beach goes over to Johnson, knocks off the number 1 team in the state, 48-44. Vidalia travels to Woodville Tompkins. The Lady Wolverines win 39-27. Aquinas comes over to the Calvary Day School. Calvary Day School ladies, 60-27. All right, do not have a girls Bryan County portal score. Now, this is doing a lot of searching on the internet, so if it's not there, I can't find it. Hey, give me a call. Give me a shout out.
Hit us up on Twitter.
Hit us up on Twitter. Hit us up on Facebook Message. Let's get it done there. New Hampstead goes over to Savannah Christian. Lady Raiders, 56-47. Windsor Forest takes travels to Jenkins. They lose 44-36. Do not have a score for Habersham School and Coastal Homeschool. You got the guys.
Yeah, for the boys, Richmond Hill traveled down to Bradwell, got a big 61-43 win. South Effingham went down to Brunswick. Brunswick takes that one 64-26. Rose, big win at Savannah High, 69-44. Beach and Johnson, close game there, but Johnson wins in the end, 59-54. Woodville Tompkins, once again, rolling. Vidalia came down Savannah. They took a loss there, 55 Woodville, 44 Vidalia. Aquinas comes down to Calvary. Calvary boys get a big win there, open up Region 3A, 65-45. Portal boys, 79, Bryan County, 42. Frederica travels out to the Marsh and St. Andrews. That's a big win for St. Andrews.
They hadn't played in a while also.
Yeah, versus Frederica, 49 there. New Hampstead, 62. At Savannah Christian, 42. So big win there for the Phoenix. BC at Effingham County.
Into the Palace in the Pines.
Yes, but on the hardwood and falls 60-52. We said
big upset.
We talk about the Windsor Forest. Once again, folks, 3rd game of the season, but, give a lot of credit to Jenkins. You got to go out and play. Yep. Jenkins gets a big win, 58-55. Once again, we don't have a score for Habersham and Coastal.
There's a new coach taking over the Jenkins program, Terry Harvin. There's another guy we got to get on. They're ranked 9th in 4A. All right. Like he said, Habersham School and Coastal Homeschool. If you know the score, let us know.
Hit us up.
We want to get hit up. Congratulations goes out to Kayla Rozier. She signed on the dotted line. Her national intent to go play for, I love this nickname.
Ospreys.
Man. I love this. The Ospreys. North Florida Ospreys. It's probably the only school that uses the Ospreys as a mascot.
I would think so.
So that's pretty exciting. Wrestling today. You got wrestling over at Benedictine. You got wrestling over at New Hampstead, okay? The public schools are just wrestling themselves, okay? That's what they chose to do. I am a public school teacher. They safety first. That's their priority. That's what they're doing. But if you want to go watch other wrestlers at it, BC, Calvary, who else is going to be over there? Effingham?
Yeah.
South Effingham? Somebody's going to be over there.
Yeah, I think South Effingham.
So it'll be a tri-match over at BC today. It starts at 10 o'clock, so go watch some wrestling. All right, and once again, we said it. Tennis could have started on Monday, January 4th. On January 11th, we start with
all spring sports, except baseball and lacrosse. They get moved up. But
track,
soccer,
golf. No, golf doesn't start till February. Why?
I don't understand how tennis
starts
earlier than everyone else, and it's colder. And then I don't know.
We don't make rules. All right, so that's step 1 in the door. Step 2 in the door, college sports. Hey, Savannah State will play football in the spring, March 20th.
Tuesday, Savannah State announced that they have scheduled a football game for March. It will be the first football game since November 9, 2019 because of the coronavirus pandemic. The Tigers will face West Alabama. Also, Tigers in the Gulf Coast Challenge on March 13th, 2021 at 5 p.m. Coach Quinn hinted. He wouldn't tell us. He only can hint.
He can only hint. He wouldn't tell us.
They had to do a press release.
So, but anyway, they'll play. I think they got something lined up for March, scrimmage for March 6th and another game for March 20th. Okay, let's talk a little about basketball. The Tigers, Lady Tigers, men's basketball programs, they're still on pause by the SEAC. Georgia men's basketball, the Bulldogs started out 7-0. All right, I had 7-2. They started out 7-0. They're 7-2 right now. They lost their last 2, of course, in region SEC games. Mississippi State, LSU. They take on the Razorbacks today, Arkansas. Okay, yeah. The women now, on the other hand, are 9-1. Their only loss is to number 12 Mississippi State. They were supposed to play South Carolina today. PPD'd. Okay, coronavirus. Tomorrow they'll take on the Gators.
Be some chomping.
Georgia Southern
men 6-5, 5th in the
that's in the Sun Belt.
Sun Belt. My bad.
Right.
So 6-5, 5th.
I messed up here.
It's all right. So ACC. All right. USC and Wake.
Okay. Let me straight this out. Okay. Right. Georgia Southern has Georgia Tech information, and Georgia Tech has Georgia Southern information.
We're close enough.
So Georgia Tech. Okay. Let's go back down here.
Go back down here. So Georgia Tech
Georgia Tech should be the first one.
Yeah. So Georgia Tech. All right,
6-3, 5th in the ACC.
Yeah, you go and take it. You're reading.
All right, I messed it up. I typed it up. Okay, it's my script. Okay, so Georgia Tech. Okay, they're 6-3, 5th in the ACC. They won their last 4 games. They beat UNC, Wake Forest. Today they're not playing. Louisville, the Cardinals. Okay, which is, believe it or not, number 1 team in the ACC so far this year. Coronavirus. The Georgia Tech women are 5-3, and tomorrow they're home at. They take on Virginia Tech. Okay, so now Georgia Southern.
So Georgia Southern's
men.
All right. So they lost App State.
Right. They're 7-5, 5th in the East. Lost that. I'll read it because I messed it up for him. Okay.
I'm already messed up.
He's confused. Eat your biscuit. Okay.
That's what we'll do as soon as we get to a break.
They lost at App State last night, 66-63. Today they play App State again. Anita Howard, the head women's coach, will come on. She'll explain how the Sun Belt is doing it. I think they're playing Friday, Saturday, back-to-back games. Okay. Yep. The women's team. Okay. Anita Griffin Howard. We're having a tough time here this morning, okay? They took on App State last night. They're 6-4. They're first in the East Division. They started out 1-5. They've gone 6-2 since. They beat App State last night, 87-56. Today they play App State in Hannah Fieldhouse at 4 p.m. Okay, since I messed that up, let's go right away. College football national championships Monday night. Alabama against the Buckeyes, if it happens.
Roll Tide.
Okay, the college football national championship game is Monday with number 1 Alabama and number 3 Ohio State kicking it off at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens in Florida. Come watch it here, okay? It's going to be a good one. We'll get into that game later on. We got Stuart Fife waiting. Yep. Step 3, okay, let's go. Pro football. Atlanta finishes 4-12. I don't, Chad. It amazes me. It amazes me. You got so much talent. You finished 4-12. I think out of those 12 losses, they had a shot at winning 8 of those games. It's just frustrating. They get the number 4 pick overall. Matty Ryan had another great game. Brought him back.
I don't think you can put it on. I mean, the offense almost all year has kept them been in games. They've had leads.
Yep.
I mean, think about what led to this. They had all these leads, lost these leads early in the on, Dallas and others, and they're going to fix it. They got fired. They got to find a coach, find general manager. There's a lot of teams out there looking for coaches and general managers as well.
This is the first top 10 pick since 2015 for the Falcons. Okay, I mean they did have 2 Hall of Famers. Okay, with top 5 picks. Claude Humphrey, way back when, was number 3 in 1968, and the man who's taken over Jacksonville State.
Prime time.
Deion Sanders in 1989 was number 5. Hawks 4-4. They started off hot, 3-0. They're 1-4 in their last 5 games. Okay, they take on the Hornets tonight in your neck of the woods
In
Charlotte. Okay, baseball. We don't know when it's going to start. Spring training supposed to be February 16th, 17th. But they already pushed back minor league baseball, so who knows what's going to go on with baseball. We'll get to the Savannah news when we come back because our man, Dr. Stuart Fife, is waiting in the back room.
Waiting for that tour, baby.
He's waiting for that tour. We want to see that aqua little tub there. He's got an aqua tub, I'll call it.
Aqua tub.
Okay, you want a toilet tank, I'll toilet the tub. So whatever. But once again, it's the coach and AD, bumbling and stumbling on my part, right here from
the Center Sports Universe Coach's Corner. Give us 3 minutes. We're going to be back and get a grand tour of this brand new, beautiful rehab facility here in Savannah.
As I call it, the Fife Therapy Rehab Complex. You're going to love it.
We'll see you in 3
minutes. We'll be right back.
It's all sports, all the time. That's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New York.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time, it makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy, you just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
Hey, welcome back. Glad you could join us. Good Saturday morning. It's the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. And we're live from
Center Sports Universe here at Coach's Corner.
I'm telling you right now, you want to go to the Center of Rehab, Physical Therapy here in Savannah, Georgia. Brand new facility, beautiful facility. I call it an aqua tub. He calls it an aqua tank. We got to get it from the man. But Fife Therapy has moved from the JEA, the Jewish Education Alliance building, down towards on Mall Boulevard. He'll give us the exact location. But this man's been around here for 25 years, just like me. I had to go get therapy from him. Here, you got a New Yorker with that accent, and then you got a guy from across the pond with an accent. It was a lot of fun doing therapy with him because we're the only 2 people that can understand each other. But anyway, he's done a great job. He's doctor now, Dr. Stuart Fife of physical therapy from Fife Therapy, joining us live on the Coach's Corner. Yes, you're on the hot seat, Stuart Fife.
Hey guys,
what's up, Stuart?
How you doing?
Oh, let me fix the screen here so we can see everybody. There we go. I mean, I'm having a lot of fun talking sports Saturday morning. Got things going on at school that's not going right, but hey, I'm here doing it. So what can I tell you? How you doing?
I still can't understand you, Carl. It's 25
Then why
years.
can I understand you?
I'm doing good. Yep. We're in the new
So
facility.
tell us.
So,
Big move for Fife Therapy from the JEA over to off Mall Boulevard or right by Mall Boulevard. Tell us the exact location.
so it's 6 Mall Terrace. We're parallel to Mall Boulevard, just on the corner of Kentucky Fried Chicken. We're right there, just further down. So, we finally opened up. It's going to be a slightly different place than Savannah's had in the past. We've got a lot more technology still coming in. Next week, the AstroTurf goes outside. So it's pretty exciting. It's great to be in my own place for sure. Yep.
Well, you're an old guy like me, Stuart. I know I'm older than you, but you can't call it AstroTurf anymore. You got to call it Field Turf.
Okay. Well, Field Turf's going down next week.
Stuart, how big is this move for you guys? You guys been such a center of rehab for people in Savannah for a very long time. And now to have your own facility, to have a place, one, it seems like the expansion idea and the things you're going to be able to offer to people is just going to be great. I'm looking here at the list. You're certified in physical therapy, orthopedic clinical specialist, strength and conditioning, orthopedics, certified hypnotherapist, manual therapy, dry needling. And then I know we had the biggest thing we had you on last
I lost your sound, guys. I lost you guys. I can't hear you.
We're back. Are you there, Stuart?
I'm there, but I can't hear you guys.
Well, we're working off the internet, so we just lost something on the internet, but we're back. We're live.
Can you see me?
We can see you.
We can see you.
All right.
Oh, there we go.
Before you start walking, Chad had a question for you.
Yep.
So, one of the biggest things you've also got into is the concussion rehab, the vestibular rehab as well. So talk about all these things that you offer and what this new complex means to you guys.
Well, one of the big things we want to offer is more technology in regards to testing and injury prevention. So, we've got all the avatar stuff already. We're going to have force plates that are coming in next week. And what the force plates allow us to do is to screen large numbers of athletes in a relatively short period of time. The avatar is a little bit more cumbersome to get set up. It's more accurate, but we can screen 50, 60 guys in an afternoon, no problem, just going on the force plate and analyzing how they move. So a big thing is going to be prevention. And then what we've not been able to do in the past is to do personal training, personal fitness, and performance training. We want to make sure that athletes are very, very focused on the deficit that they have. So we want very, very accurate testing. On the vestibular concussion side, we're going to also do some reactive eye training. We've got a 6 foot by 2 foot reactive screen, which holds normative data too, so we can track how athletes, pre and post concussion, they have the same fast reaction time. So it's a little bit more in depth. We've got the hydro pool, which you can have phenomenal workouts in, or it can be for an injured athlete. And one of the advantages of the hydro pool is a lot of people have had experience with the anti-gravity treadmill. But in the anti-gravity treadmill, you're out of gravity and you're not against resistance. So you're not really getting stronger and you're not really preparing the body for more resistance because the load is significantly diminished, so there's less carryover. In the water, however, you're running or walking against resistance. So you actually get strength gains in the aquatherapy pool. So that's pretty exciting, especially early post-op, people who can't put full weight through their limbs, they can actually get in there and really get going, and it's very straightforward. So the big thing for us is to change from, we want to do more testing, more preventative stuff. We'd much rather see an athlete and prevent an ACL than treat an athlete after an ACL. And it's relatively simple to test people with very, very accurate data. And we just want to be known to be the place where athletes come to get tested. In my opinion, anybody who's got aims and goals to go on to college or high level sport, get tested before every season. Make sure that your risk is minimal and eliminate the risk at all. You can't eliminate the risk of getting hit, But there's so many injuries that are non-contact injuries. We want to eliminate all of those and really minimize the risk. And it's relatively straightforward to do, but you must have technology to do that. So you want to screen the athletes, make sure that the performance training that we're doing really targets their deficit, because unfortunately, athletes are so good at compensations. When they have a deficit, it goes unnoticed. And even when sometimes when they're doing performance training, they still have the deficit. They're just so skilled, they just get around it. But what they don't get around is the injury risk. And we've tested a few guys, football guys this season, who got injured towards the playoffs and had massive deficits that they played all season. And it's almost a miracle they hadn't blown the ACL. So when we test them, we're like, oh my God, you've been so lucky this whole season. You've got some aches and pains, but you could have easily run on the field and just blown your ACL right there and then. So we want to really focus on prevention, get data, get numbers, and make sure that athletes are doing very focused rehab on the deficit that they actually have, and not just do generic conditioning, which is fine as long as you have good biomechanics. If your biomechanics are rough, generic conditioning won't correct that biomechanical problem. You're likely just to compensate around it, which athletes are so good at doing.
Well, you know, I've been around here a long time. You've been around here a long time. Chad's been around here a long time. Why don't we focus more on the prevention? Because we really don't. Why don't we focus it on that more?
I don't know, and I don't know whether it's whether people just think it'll never happen to me, or I'm already working out, therefore I must be doing fine. But NFL players blow ACLs. I mean, you can have high-level athletes who still have big injuries, and so whether it's people that are already doing a good conditioning program feel like there's no risk. But again, the good thing for us with the force plate, we can literally put people on the force plate very rapidly and test athletes very quickly and see who's at high risk. And if we need to test them further with other technology, we will. But the force plate allows us to screen a whole team or a whole squad within a matter of minutes, really. Within an hour, we could do a whole team and really see what the risk is. And then we'd want to try and target what the guys are doing in the high schools to really prevent that injury prevention in the school. Because the trainers have so many athletes to try and deal with. It's very difficult for the trainers to treat so many people at the same time. But there's several schools in the area have been plagued with injuries this season. Country Day, for example, had a ton of injuries. So there's lots of injuries out there that the non-contact injuries really could be minimalized significantly if we just tested people and understood what the deficit was. And it's exciting because it's such a shame to see these athletes have these major catastrophic injuries towards the end of the season. It's awful for the player. It's awful for the families. It's awful for the school. It's awful for the team. It's awful for the coach. You lose a key player later on in the season when championships and playoffs are coming. It's such a shame. So we really want to try and do something about that.
All right, Stuart. So take us. You were getting ready to do it. So take us on a little mini tour of your new facility for everybody to see.
So I don't know if I can flip the camera or not. So you need to see me. Can I flip it or not?
Yeah,
I can.
All right, turn it away from you and talk right next to it. Okay.
Okay. So
there you go.
This is the waiting room. Just tell me if you get a bad view.
All right, we got the front door. We got the waiting room.
Yep, that's the waiting room. Then you come in the facility right here.
Oh,
so
wow.
On the right-hand side will be our treatment area where we do our regular kind of laser treatment, soft tissue work, things like that. We've got a couple of other machines that are unique. We've got a shockwave machine that deals with tendon injuries much better. And then we've got the laser for those mid-muscle injuries. Then we've got all the workout stuff on the other side. We've got a few unique things over there. That machine right there, the BTE, is a negative trainer. So it's called the Centron. And that's the fastest way to get legs strong after injuries because it's computerized. It reacts to the patient and you do negative training. So you're kind of resisting the machine pushing back on you. This bike right there is an artificial intelligent bike. So that also reacts to you and learns about you. It's pretty cool. In this room here will be that's in the suitcase right now. That's the reactive screen. So this will be our vestibular program right in this area right here. That machine that you're looking at right there is called the right eye. That tracks patients' eyes, and we get good readings on how their eyes are functioning. So that's part of the concussion vestibular reactive training room. Then we come in down here towards the hydro pool. I know you guys had a few of the names for it, but this is the hydro pool.
Look at the aqua tank right here.
No, it's an aqua tub. It's not a hydro pool. It's an aqua tub. I'm joking. It's a hydro pool.
It's awesome.
It's unbelievable,
awesome.
Stuart. So explain how that works.
Well, it's got a treadmill in the bottom, so the athlete or the patient will get in the back when it's dry. Then we equalize the tank. Then you raise the water to the level that you want for the athlete. But like I said last time, for example, George St. Pierre, the mixed martial arts guy, he's been sprint training in the hydro pool, and he said it's completely changed his life. It's changed how he moves. So you can deal a very high-level athlete just coming for a very hard workout, or we can have an injured athlete just recuperating at a very low level after surgery or something like that. We can have older people with arthritis. So it's an own individual room. You're not exposed to other people. You just come in the room, do your thing, and then get off, get dried, and you're good to go. So that's a really fantastic piece of equipment. This is then going to be our testing room. So,
oh, come on.
What it's going to do with a rapid 2-minute test, and we see an athlete pushes towards failure, and we'll connect that with the avatar. So we've got our treadmill here with the avatar technology. So we have the avatar hooked up to the proprio, and then when the athlete comes up, we check them on the force plate. So we'll have 3 data points to see how they actually move. So this is coming into the gym area. This is a 3D Smith machine. And if you've never seen a 3D Smith machine, it's crazy, because not only does it move up and down, it moves horizontally. So you can have 3-dimensional movements on the Smith machine. It's crazy.
Wow.
The machine in the corner is the Squat Max. This is a kind of a squat machine where you don't have to use the upper body. It's held with a harness around your waist. So it's very good for female athletes who maybe lack some upper body strength. For example, a soccer player, we're not famous for having upper body, huge upper body strength, and we need strong legs. So if an athlete has an upper body weakness that can't handle heavy load for the legs, then we're able to do kind of deadlift motions without using the arms and upper body and really get those legs strong as we can. This is a self-paced treadmill that acts like a sled, so you resist the treadmill, so we can do all our backwards, sideways, and forward sled kind of work without even going outside. I'll open the door right now to the parking lot. You see the 2 containers right there that are open on the side. That will have a roof over the top. There'll be rubber matting in between the 2, and then from here to the container will all be AstroTurf. So this is our outdoor area. So we'll have our outdoor training, outdoor fitness out here, and we'll be able to test athletes. Really the only place in Savannah where we can really test an athlete at high levels.
Come on back. Well, if you're watching, Stuart Fife is walking through the new Fife Therapy facility. We've been having a little internet connection trouble. Hopefully he'll come back. Come on, Stuart. Can you hear us, Stuart?
Hey, I don't know if he's froze. We're froze.
Connection. There you go. Got you back.
Yep, there he is.
You're back.
Yep.
So that's the tour.
Amazing. It's amazing, Stuart. So last thing I want to ask before we get was I'm going to be selfish here as well. Yep. I got a 13-year-old son that plays 4 sports.
Yep.
But I also know.
So I lost your sound, Chad.
Might be the building.
Yep. Okay, got you back.
We're back.
Ask the question again, Chad.
Yeah, so, just say for my son who's 13, who's playing multiple sports all year, but also needs to start really focusing for him. He's tall, he's slender, he's had some hip mobility issues as well, to get him in there and start putting him through all the process, everything from the analysis, prevention, and then helping him become a better athlete. What does that process look like for a first-time young athlete walking into the Fife Rehab Center?
Yeah, it's very straightforward. I mean, if you already have some kind of issue, like if you have hip problems, then it can be a straightforward physical therapy.
Give him a couple more seconds, and then I know, Winston, you're waiting patiently. We're going to try and wrap this up. We've had some internet connections with Dr. Stuart Fife. Hopefully he'll pop back here pretty soon so we can end this. All right, Stuart. There we go.
Yeah.
So back again.
Yeah.
So any athlete who's having ongoing, when people say my son or my daughter's got some tightness here, something going on there, again, that's the red light flashing on the car. It's telling you something's not quite right with that system. It's very straightforward to get to the bottom of that. especially if people have already been doing things to try and get through that and it's not working. For example, if it's a tight hip, for example, you're doing hip stretching and hips not getting better, then that wasn't the problem. So, we've got to make sure that if we have a diagnosis and a theory why something's causing an issue and then we address it and it doesn't work, we have to rethink it. And we have lots of people who will keep doing the same intervention to try and manage the same injury. Well, if you're doing the same intervention to manage the same injury and it's not improving, the intervention didn't match really what the problem was. And that's when data comes in and testing comes in. It's no longer anecdotal or based on suspicion, or it's like we see it, we test it, we fix it. It's that straightforward.
All right, Stuart, I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to repost it. But quickly, once again, location, time, hours, how they get in touch with you. I think we lost him again. We lost Winston. Winston's trying to get back. It's definitely internet connections today, I guess, because of the weather. If Stuart, if you can hear us, like I said, I'm going to clean this up. I'll post your hours. I'll post the location, Mall Terrace.
Sorry.
Here we come. Yeah. All right, quick. We got to wrap this up. I know the internet's horrible today, but anyway, hours, Mall Terrace. What do they need to do to get in touch with you?
Just call the clinic. I'll go online, Fife Therapy, send us a message. Very straightforward. Yeah, we'd love to see you.
All right, like I said, I'll clean this up. I'll repost it, and I know it's an unbelievable facility. Thank you once again, and I can't wait to see the AstroTurf, like I call it, in the back.
Again,
awesome, thanks, Stuart. Yeah, I mean, I say it because selfishly, I got a 13-year-old son who plays multiple sports, and I think about as a dad or any student athlete out there who's wanting to try or have goals, aspirations, just being successful in what they do, like. This is a place you need to go and get your son or daughter into to help them become the best athlete they could possibly be. And I'm looking forward to going over there and visiting Stuart.
Hey, you got to get in the aqua tub. Get that kid in the aqua tub.
I'm just going to give him the greatest thing about a dad is find someone you could trust and just pass them over to him and say, here, you take them and try and make them the best it could be.
Hey, I'm not blowing this up because it's me, but my wife just had back surgery. She needs physical therapy. As soon as we got the okay from the doctor, the first place I went was to Fife Therapy, whether it was going to be at the JE or now on Mall Terrace. I'll repost this. I'll clean it up. Remember, Fife Therapy, Mall Terrace. Go to Fife Therapy on Facebook, on the internet. Look up Stuart Fife. Unbelievable. You need it. He's going to help you. All right, we got this young man waiting, and he's waiting to train up in the ATL, even though he lives in the SAV, or as Lee would like to say, the Seaport 912. But he's straight out of Memorial Day School, straight out of the 912. And he's at West Virginia right now. Coming up in 3 minutes, I promise you, Winston Wright from West Virginia, Memorial Day School, Matador. We'll find out what's going. It's all part of the
Coach Corner Sports Network here at Center Sports Universe. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back after this.
It's all sports, all the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone, capiche? If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New York.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
Yeah, one tackle.
Mm-hmm. And good morning, Savannah. Once again, I'm glad that you can join us, whether it's for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, but it's the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. We've been doing this since March 28th. We beat the COVID-19 pandemic by going to the internets, and it's been a lot of fun, and it's all Coaches Corner Sports Network. Some internet problems this morning, so bear with us. Dr. Stuart Fife, I will clean this up. Great interview. Get over to Fife Therapy, brand new facility, Mall Terrace. It's unbelievable, okay? But this next kid has been making us proud.
Oh, without doubt, man.
I got to give an intro to this kid. Went to Memorial Day School, and everybody said, oh, he's not going to make it. If you know anything about Memorial Day School, Kevin Brophy, rest his soul, died too young, was a basketball player, came over from Australia, exchange student, made a name for himself, walked on to Georgia, wound up getting a scholarship at Georgia, the Georgia Bulldogs basketball program, just a hard worker. Well, he set the example, and this young man is setting an example for all those guys that come through Memorial Day School, Winston Wright. Here it is. He's home from West Virginia, University on a break. He had to deal with the whole COVID-19 pandemic. He had to be quarantined, online classes, and where is he now? He's in the ATL working out.
Hey, that's what greatness never stops, man. And that's the one thing about Winston Wright. It's been so great to see is one, it doesn't matter what school you come from, how small, how big, whatever. If your work ethic, attitude, academics as well, that's what people don't realize. You don't get to West Virginia, you don't get these Power 5 schools without having your grades. And so this is a young man who had the total package, is making a name for himself on the next level. On the season, they did play 9 games. This young man had 47 receptions, 553 yards, 2 touchdowns. He averaged 11.8 yards a catch. I think one game he had a big game where he had 127 yards. He also had a tackle. I'm going to ask him about where did you get that one tackle from? And joining us now on the Coach's Corner hot seat, Memorial Matador Blue Thunder himself, now a West Virginia Mountaineer, Winston Wright. Hey, Winston, what's up?
How y'all doing? Can you hear me?
We can hear you. What's the matter? It's a little cold up there?
Yeah, it's a little cold up here. I'm actually like 30 minutes out right now.
Okay. And, you should be used to the cold. I mean, you're up there in the mountains of West Virginia.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Winston, talk about, I mean, you're one of the first college athletes we've had back on that's made it through a college football season. Just tell people that have watched from the far, everybody watches ESPN. What was it really like dealing with what you guys did every single day? Just give people a glimpse into what that was like on a daily basis for a college football player.
Right. As you know, so it was hard. Basically, for me, I just had to just stay focused. Whatever was going on, just look at the bright side of things. I mean, we went through a lot. We would have to test like 3 times a week. We would have to be careful. We were practicing a lot. We were just doing a lot more than what we usually do. we couldn't have a lot of fans. We couldn't be around a lot of people. We couldn't really come back home like how regular season would be and spend time with family and stuff like that. So it was kind of hard, but at the same time, it was rewarding because we got to play the game that we love. And I mean, we sacrificed a lot, but it was fun.
So as far as, let's go to the academic side. I know we talked during the week. You told me you had to take all your classes online. You weren't allowed to be around people. Tell us what that was like. And I heard you have a pretty good GPA up there.
Right. Yeah. So this year, we didn't football team. We didn't have in-person classes, so we just really took online classes. I mean, it went pretty well. I mean, it was no different than we would just log in and do our classwork. So I mean, it went pretty well for me. I kind of enjoyed it.
And as far as your GPA, I heard it's pretty. You're back. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So how's the GPA? How's that working out?
My GPA was good. This semester I finished with over 3.5, so it was successful. So I was proud of myself.
It's okay.
It's just okay. 3.5.
Just a 3.5. Look at him. He's like, it was all right. 3.5. You got me college athletes.
Yeah, it was all right. It was all right.
Have a 3.5.
Try that again.
So,
Yeah.
hey, so Winston, talk about.
All right.
Let's talk about the season a little bit. You know, one playing major college football in some big places. I know that you know, obviously a lot of stadiums you couldn't have fans and things of that nature. But talk about just your experience. What's a place that you've gone to a stadium or city that you're like, man, this is a really, really neat place. If all the fans were here, this would be a crazy environment. What's one of those places that you've been besides your hometown of West Virginia, which is, I mean, that's crazy in its own right. What's a place you've been within your conference that you thought, in or out of conference, that you're like, hey, this would be really amplified in a great environment?
One that really stuck out to me was when we went to Texas, when we played at University of Texas in Austin. They have a really big stadium. Even though the COVID was going on, they had a lot of fans. The stadium was really big. The environment was good, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be a great experience. Now, what are you majoring in school?
So I'm actually majoring in MDS, which is called Multidisciplinary Studies. 3 minors that equal to a major. So I'm doing communication, sports coaching, and leadership.
I like that.
Nice.
I wish we'd have had that when
I wish we had that choice.
3 different things to make. That just kind of gives you. That's kind of what you want.
That's what you want.
Right.
Hey, you're watching the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. We're at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. He is a former Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week, Winston Wright from Memorial Day School, now at West Virginia playing football. Hey, what was it like playing with Sam James from Richmond Hill and Sam Brown from New Hampstead?
It was pretty fun. Just knowing that I have people around me that are from where I'm from and stuff like that. So I mean, it was pretty cool to learn more about them and just play with them. It was fun.
So Winston, one thing that we always like to ask our athletes of the week, and if you had to go back and talk to a younger version of yourself, what advice would you give them on, hey, I want to play major college sports at any level, but there's certain attributes, Winston, that got you where you're at. What advice would you give to a younger version of yourself looking back?
Right. I would just tell people or younger people just to stay confident and don't give up on what they're trying to chase. Because if you put your mind to it, you put your mind to anything, you can do it. So I would just tell people to just keep chasing that dream that they have.
All right, and now, you grew up in Savannah, you lived your whole life in Savannah, you're up there in West Virginia. Tell us what the difference is between the food down here in Savannah versus the food up there in West Virginia. Any difference? Any favorite foods up there that are different that you would get here in Savannah?
It pretty much is the same to me. The food in Savannah and West Virginia is pretty much the same, so I enjoy both, honestly.
No, nothing that is different than Savannah. No special food that they eat up there.
Nah, not really. Really the same thing.
Wow. I know, I love the food wherever I go, so I thought maybe West Virginia might have been known something than just our fried chicken and our greens and our collards and all that other stuff.
Right, yeah.
So, all right, so tell us what's going on now. You're up in the ATL. What are you doing now to get ready for next year?
So I'm traveling now. I'm going to work out with some receiver coaches that I know in my journey to get to college. So I'm just going back to get some good work in and some good advice for them that I can use and to go into next season and stuff like that in the future.
So Winston, have y'all have you been told what spring will look like for you guys? I mean, is it going to, they said, hey, it might be a normal schedule, it might be delayed like it was last year, or is everything just kind of up in the air for you guys right now?
Right. Honestly, I mean, they can put a schedule together, but as what's going on right now, we really don't know. Anything can happen. So, I mean, it's just up in the air right now.
Now, when do you head back to West Virginia?
I'll be reporting back next Sunday on the 17th.
And that's when the second semester starts?
Right. Yes, sir.
All right. Well, anytime you're back in the SAV, just let our guy know, Mark Sussman, that you're home. Love to have you on. Hey, proud of you. What you did during this COVID-19 pandemic and the determination and dedication to follow the rules and do the right thing. Hey, I'm proud of you. I know you've always been a hard worker. Keep it up. And it's always fun watching the Jet.
Right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
It is fun to listen to announcers talk about you during a West Virginia game. I mean, it's like every time they talk about you, it's like, hey, if that kid gets the ball in his hands, it's electric. And so, man, we're just so proud of not just the athletic ability you had, but the young man you have and the example you're setting to all this younger student athletes here in Savannah. So keep it up, man. Thanks for being a great role model.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
There's a lot of things. Winston, good luck. We'll talk to you later.
All right.
Thanks, man.
I mean, the internet is like, all of a sudden we got a second podcast going or a second broadcast going. But anyway, I mean, you want to be proud of a kid. This kid, I'm telling you right now, from when he started at Memorial Day School, he's not going to go anywhere. He's just going to be an average football player from Savannah. This kid worked his butt off to be the best. And it's proven every Saturday that we can see him on TV. And like you said, if there's a kid from Savannah on TV, I'm going to watch him, especially when we know him, like Winston Wright, Dylan McMahon. I mean, you name it. Sam Brown.
So many of them.
I mean, Sam James. There's so many of them. Zach Quinney. I mean, Daquan Dowse. I mean, I can name a million of them. If I know they're on TV, I'm watching them.
Well, the thing is that's so enjoyable is like you turn on West Virginia broadcast. That's what I love about ESPN Plus. You can go get all these games and watch it, and you listen to the announcers and what they have to say about Winston is always so fun, and they want to get the ball in that kid's hands as much as possible because, there's a reason he's called the Jet. And there's a reason that Winston's, West Virginia announcers call him the Jet as well, because the kid can absolutely fly and take off, but it's because all the work he's done, and we're so proud. But this next lady, she's a homegrown, and she's got to be super excited about the W last night as well. And we'll talk about that big Beats Bulldog win over the Ab Smashers last night. So we'll be back with this young lady who is the head women's basketball coach at the Georgia Southern University. I said the. And,
I can vouch for it because this girl can ball also.
Oh, without doubt.
So she's taking that little talent that she had to the court. Her second year up there, Georgia Southern. Up next on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, the coach and AD, Anita Howard. I want to call her Anita Griffin, but I know you like the last name. Anita Howard from Georgia Southern. 3 minutes, Coach. We'll be right back. We got to thank our sponsors.
It's all sports, all the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone, capiche? If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New York.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive, and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And good Saturday morning. It's the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, live from Coach's Corner, all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. And it's another Saturday morning talking local sports, about local kids, local people. She's still a local kid to me. She kicked my butt when she played at AE Beach High School. The internet.
The internets.
The internets just did us again here, Chad.
Oh, my goodness, the internets.
So hopefully she could reconnect and come back. But for some reason this morning, I guess it's the weather.
We'll blame it on the weather, that's for sure, because this works almost all the time. And so
we never have an issue like we had today.
Yeah, it is the internets. The internets is, I don't know. But we need to get to her before we lose.
Sound like me, the internets.
That's what I've been saying.
All right, well,
internet.
All right, let's introduce our next guest, local lady doing a great job with basketball. You take it away, and then we'll bring her on.
All right, so Miss Anita Howard here. All right, she got her first win on 90 back. We first started 91-47 win. One of the largest in history when they beat Winthrop. And so we get into this year, and that's what we're going to talk about. We lost her again.
But go ahead.
All right, so Georgia Southern hit a score record 14 3-pointers and an A3 C7 winner of Louisiana on January 4th, breaking an all-school record 13 set 4 times previously. Eagles 2-0 start at Sunbelt play. It was the first time since joining the league that happened. So they're doing great things. Georgia Southern swept 2-game series against rival Georgia State for the first time since 1990. A lot of great things here to talk to Ms. Howard about. And so let's get her on before we lose her again.
Joining us now on the Coach's Corner hot seat, the head women's basketball coach from Georgia Southern, right up the road, but she is from the SAV, Anita Howard. It's been tough with the internet. We apologize today, Anita, but we're glad you got you on. And congratulations. Big win last night.
Evan, can you hear me?
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Okay, because I can't hear you guys. It's like choppy. I don't know if it's my connection or you guys. Sound like robots.
How about now?
No.
All right. So what I'm going to do, I don't know if I could do this, if I can remove us and bring us back and see what happens.
I hear you now. It's clear.
Okay. All right. So once again, congratulations. Big win last night. We did this way back in the summer. And, I know you've had a little experience with COVID-19. So before we get to that, I'm pretty interested. I mean, you guys are going back-to-back nights in Sunbelt games?
Yeah, it's kind of it's weird. So we're playing in divisions, and so we have like the App State, Coastal Carolina, Georgia State, and also South Alabama in our division. And so we're playing Friday and Saturday back to back, trying to cut down, just the travel and being around different teams and stuff like that. So back to back games is pretty tough.
So what's that like? You play at traditionally you play a team, you'll see them 3 or 4 weeks down the road. You can be a different team. And so, one, I can imagine that, hey, if there was a chippy, tough game the night before, like you bring somebody back 24 hours later, that's going to be an even chippier, tougher game from that standpoint. So what is the mentality that you've had to tell your players, hey, we got to turn around right, especially if you get that win on that first night, they're going to come back hungry not to go 0-2 and go back home. So what's that mentality that you've been sharing with your players?
Well, it's really about just the focus. And so having a young team, we have 10 underclassmen on our roster. It's just really about focus. And the first week in the Sun Belt, everybody split 1-1. So it was weird. If you lost the first night, you came back and won. If you won the first night, you came back and lost. And so really, we just been preaching to our players, look, we got to remain focused and disciplined, because if you do win the first night, like we beat App, pretty solidly last night, you can't be complacent, because they are going to come back, because this is a strong conference, especially on the women's side. And so it's really just about the focus and the discipline of continuing to be better the very next day.
From a coaching standpoint, real quick, you got to quickly, you probably go break down film, look at what you did, look at what they did well. Do you change your game plan in 24 hours to say, hey, let's try this, or hey, let's keep doing the same thing? Or you just kind of make mental notes of, hey, if they change to this during the game, we saw this on film, and tell us what that's like as a coach to turn around and do that in 24 hours.
Well, the good thing about it is you have a whole week to prepare. And so what we're doing, which I don't want to tell my little secret, but I don't know what other coaches are doing as well, is we prepare 2 different game plans throughout the week. And we really keep it about us. And so any game plan I have is going to stem around some kind of defensive effort, whether we want to front the post, double the post, ISO a post, or, same thing on screens. And so we prepare 2 different game plans throughout the week, so that if one doesn't work, of course, you can't change it in 24 hours, but we would have already gone over our strategy of how we would want to change. If it works well, so things we did yesterday worked well against App State, we don't have to change a lot, but now we have to be cautious of are they going to change? Are they going to do something different? And so that's what we're watching film and preparing our players on of their possible changes.
And, my question for you is, during your first season, we know Georgia Southern crazies. They pack the house for everything. This year you can't do that in Hannah Fieldhouse. I know coaching high school basketball, we're only allowed 25%. What's that been like for you and the girls?
Same thing. We're at 25% capacity. Shout out though, our cheer squad still comes out. Hannah hooligans, who's our crazy fans they still come out. But what I tell our players is we have to be our biggest cheerleaders. So I want our bench with crazy motivation, because the same thing happens on the road. If we go to an opponent who is not allowing fans, we have to be our biggest cheerleaders. I think that's been one of our greatest strengths, is that our bench is cheering for one another. And so we have our own kind of 6-man over there cheering for the 5 players on the court.
Nice.
Well, I'm going to bring up last night's big hometown win here in Savannah, because I feel like I got to bring it up. How I know you're super busy, but do you keep on social media, look on Twitter, see how your alma mater's doing?
Yes, and we upset Johnson. Go Peach. Go Peach. Go Peach.
Nice.
You got
talk about that pride of being, that rivalry has been so big for so long, and just talk about that pride that the 2 schools have, and especially, hey, you're at Georgia Southern. I know you were super happy about your win last night. I'm sure some icing on the cake last night when you saw that your squad got a big win last night over what was currently the number 1 team in the state.
Yeah. Well, I was very pleased because last night I wasn't coaching, so I was pleased with my staff and what they did with the App State victory. And then when I got on social media and I saw that Beach upset Johnson, it was just icing on the cake. You know, I think Beach, they're one of their better players went out, I think 3 minutes to go, and they still were able to persevere and finish the game. And so, you know, once you're a Bulldog, you're always a Bulldog. So I believe blue and gold through and through. Luckily, Georgia Southern colors are kind of similar, you know, in the blue and gold, except for ours is navy and sand. You know, so I was really pleased. I think it was a really good basketball night for me as I was sitting in quarantine.
So, all right, you know, you just talked about it. COVID-19, you mentioned the way quarantine. You were on a show, I think, like 2 weeks before. Everything was fine. We talked about the first year, how you going to handle COVID-19. And then you get it, and you spend a day in the hospital. How was that experience? I mean, I got to knock on wood. I've been tested positive, but I had no signs, no symptoms. How did it work out for you?
Yeah, well, you know, I caught it early on in July. And so it was during that scary time of we didn't really know what it was, what it could do. And so I'm asthmatic. So I had a pre-existing condition. And so it really just attacked my lungs and affected my lungs. But, you know, I had a great support. My husband was phenomenal here. The nurses, the EMTs, everybody was awesome. So it was scary, but I mean, I'm glad I got through. You know, I have no lasting effects, thank God. And, you know, it's crazy because it's like I did everything right. You know, I stayed socially distanced. I didn't hardly go anywhere. You know, and even before COVID, I'm a germaphobe. So I washed hands before. I didn't even stand close to people in the bank line. Like I was doing it before COVID. And so for me to catch it, I was like, wow, you start thinking about what did you do wrong, or, you know, who did you get it from?
Right.
But, you know, we've been blessed to no one that has had it, including our players, it hadn't been anything serious. And so we still just kind of harp on, you know, what we're supposed to be doing so we can continue to play basketball in a safe environment.
And if you just tuned in, you're watching the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here live from Coach's Corner. This young lady knows all about Coach's Corner. We're talking to the head women's basketball coach at Georgia Southern, Anita Howard. So pretty impressive.
Yeah, so, you know, the one thing as the season is unfolding here, you know, and like you said, you have the back-to-back games and those. What is the region tournament, conference tournament going to look like for you guys? Is that going to be different? Is that going to be at one location? How is that going to look as the Sun Belt is going down the road here?
Yeah, so this year, all teams will make it. So it's at one location, Florida. And so they're just going to cross the division. So the last seed will play the two top seeds get a bye, but so they're just crossing division. So we want to try to be that 1 or 2 seed coming out of our division so that we can hopefully get a bye going into Pensacola.
All right. So any advice you want to give to any of the young ladies that are looking at you, college basketball, get into the profession, how to deal with COVID-19? What would your advice be?
Well, with COVID-19, just listen to the science, in my opinion. You know, I don't proclaim to be a doctor or anything like that, but, you know, they say, you know, I always say wear a mask. It's just a simple courtesy, you know, as someone who contacted COVID-19. And so, you know, stay social distance, you know, do everything right. You know, I'm telling our young ladies, don't be around everyone because you don't know what everyone feels. You know, they may go party, but they may not go party. And so hang around your teammates because everyone on your roster has the same goal in mind. We want to continue to play basketball in a safe environment. And so they've been doing a really good job of hanging around one another. As far as getting the profession, you know, women's basketball is booming, especially with the WNBA right now. I thought they did a phenomenal job over the pandemic, them and the NBA, of how they handled everything in the bubble. And so, you know, there's several opportunities, and not just as a basketball player, but in the coaching profession as well. It's funny, we have a director of basketball operations position who is a graduate assistant here at Georgia Southern. She played softball here. And so she got into the basketball coaching business just because she's really good and detail oriented. And I hired her as my director of basketball operations. So she handles our travel.
Nice.
I think, you know, you have to be good at everything. So I started as a high school coach, worked my way up through AAU, and then of course as an assistant and associate head. You know, be okay with going through the process because, you know, people look at me and see a head coach, but there's a lot of headaches that come with being the person in charge. And so I'm pleased to have three former head coaches as my assistants. And so they make my job a little bit easier. But it's all about just, sticking to your process. And matter of fact, with this back-to-back playing, I think my style of play is playing in our favor because I like to play my entire roster. And so you're not wearing out your bodies. And so whatever your philosophy is, stick to it because it's your philosophy. And so I was joking with my husband and I said, our offense is a triple option. So everyone knows a triple option for football. And you're like, how you get the triple option for basketball? Well, we're going to run. So, they got to stop the different ways in which we look to push the ball in transition. And so, coaching is a joy, and you got to love it because it's not a 9 to 5. You can't clock. Right. If one of your players call you at midnight and something happened, you're on duty. If a recruit wants to give you a call, you're on duty. And so you have to love what you do.
And, she says she loves playing everybody. I think she learned that by a guy named Ronald Booker.
Well, we call him Daddy B, but yes, Daddy Booker. I remember at Beach, we had like two, how most people have just the one row of bench players. We had 2 rows of bench players, and he just kept us going. And, that's exactly where I get it from. So, all right, last question for me. Okay. I know I'm jumping on him. It's usually his turn, but Becky Hammond, San Antonio Spurs, first female head coach, because she took over for Popovich when he got himself in trouble. So how do you feel about that one? I didn't think that would happen so soon. Well, I'm mad it happened this late. So
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%.
I think first, shout out to Pop. I think, this is my conspiracy theory. I think he knew exactly what he was doing and kind of, setting that whole thing up. But, coaching is coaching. No matter the gender, the race, the age is coaching. If you know what you're talking about, you know what you're talking about. It's all about getting the players to believe in you as a coach. I think she's done that. And so that has kicked open the door for just female coaches, period. I know Niele Ivey, who's at Notre Dame now, had an opportunity in the NBA. And so women can coach basketball as well, and also football. It's a sport. And if you know what you're talking about, it's that simple. So I'm very pleased that she was able to go in. And I wish she would have got the win, but hey, we'll take one little blessing
at a time.
Yep. And so that was very surreal to actually see a woman coaching an NBA team.
Well,
yeah. Sure. I mean, listen, we're always so excited to bring you on. Your energy, your love, your passion for your school, for Beach, and also for Georgia Southern, and watching you progress, watching your team progress. And you're such a smart, articulate young lady. And if I was somebody out there wanting to play college basketball, why would you not want to go to Georgia Southern? So last thing, plug Georgia Southern, plug the Eagles, talk about, whatever recruiting. That's also my questions when I talk to college coaches, like, what is recruiting like right now in this COVID era? How's that impacted you guys? And that's my last question of the day.
Yeah, so shout out to my recruiting coordinator, Deontay McChester. He's pulling out all the little bit of hair he has left because that's his job. But it's going to be crazy. It has been crazy. With the transfer rule changing, the transfer portal, opening wide up, and the NCAA allowing seniors or everyone to have this year is almost like a do-over year. And so the roster management has been huge and the topic of conversation between coaches. But some of the 21s committed a little bit earlier. Some of the 22s are committed a little bit earlier. But it's going to change. It has literally changed the game. Everything is done virtually. Division I. I know JUCOs and Division IIs, I think, can still go out and see games, but we're trying to get high schools to make sure they're uploading some film, making sure the film quality is good because we're not able to go out and see. Some coaches are filming their practices, and shooting practice film to us. And so, just thinking of strategic ways of how you can get your student athlete in a coach's eyes who's not able to get out there on the road. The Zoom has been phenomenal for us. We do all our home visits now virtually. And so we try to bring Georgia Southern to their couch in their living room. And I think our assistants did a good job of putting together a Zoom presentation. And then you're really building a relationship. And so I think the positive in this is it's not so much just about what you see a player do. You're talking to them even more, and you're getting to know them as a player. Like, are they mentally tough? Do they give up in crunch time? Are they the blamer? Do they blame the coach or their teammates for everything that goes on? You hear these in these conversations that you're having with on the phone. And so it's a positive and a negative, but, just like everybody in the country, we're figuring it out. And I think, a lot of mid-major Division I's are going to get some really top-tier recruits just because of how everything's set up. And I think the transfer portal is going to be crazy. So it's like the hot ticket right now. And so everyone's going to be looking at the transfer portal. And so I told my staff that's one of our biggest things is making sure that we build a relationship with our players. So, we're playing well right now. We want to love on them and let them know, look, we care about you as a person. And if someone comes knocking or trying to meddle on our roster, they don't want to leave because Georgia Southern is awesome and the coaches are even better. So that's what we're going to do.
Well, good luck today in Hannah Fieldhouse. I know you're back-to-back with App State. I know it's tough playing the same team back-to-back in any sport. So keep up the great work and make sure you rub off that little Savannah charm to those people up there in Statesboro.
Well, I got it. I got that Bulldog defense down here for sure.
Nice. I love it. Well, Nia, hey, thank you so much. You're awesome. Good luck today and go get them. And we'll have you back on soon. And we're just so proud of you. And man, you're just an awesome individual. And I can see why your program is just growing and blossoming. Who wouldn't want to play for you guys?
I need to put y'all on payroll, honey. Thank you.
And remember, Anita, one more time. We'll talk to you. Have a good day and good luck.
All right. Thanks.
It's awesome. I mean,
she loves what she's doing.
The passion. If I was a high school kid, how could you not fall in love with that? And the way she plays, you're talking about playing. I mean, you know how it is, man. You look at some rosters and they're playing 7 people.
Right.
Maybe 6.
Right.
When it gets crunch time here. But she's like, I think that's why people are attracted to Georgia Southern, her style of play. One, she got it from Coach Booker, and then now she's brought to Georgia Southern. Everywhere she's been, she's brought that same thing. Hey, if you get you on the roster, if I recruit you, you're going to play, and we're going to play it. And that makes especially freshmen and underclassmen.
Oh, yeah.
They don't want to go somewhere and sit a year or two.
No, they don't. They want to play.
Nowadays. And so they want to play. So I think she's got it figured out.
That's the big deal with the transfer portal. Everybody wants to play.
Everybody wants to play.
They're going to try and find a better place to go.
They're
trying to keep them, right?
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, next up, we get to wrap it up. We're going to go 3 out the door. That's where he gets to grill me today. But we're going to talk about college football, pro football. It's my turn, right?
Is it?
It's your turn.
I don't know. Well,
I think I grilled you last week.
You did on Wednesday.
Okay, I did. I gave you one question on Wednesday. I gave you last Saturday, too. I got you.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. I'm trying to think about what it was. Favorite? I don't know. I'm getting old. I can't remember anything. So I know. I also messed up my schedule today, too. So, but anyway, it's the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Board, live from Coach's Corner. We're here every Saturday morning from 9 until whenever, usually about 10:30, 11. Stay tuned. We'll be back to wrap this thing up. Got to thank our sponsors. Once again, it's all part of the
Center Sports Universe here at Coach's Corner. Hey, the TVs are starting to come on. I see terrific Tom up there getting ready for playoffs, baby.
Terrific Tom. Still can't root for the guy because he played for New England, but he is a heck of a quarterback. See you later.
It's all sports, all the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. So come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone, capiche? If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New York.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time, it makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy, you just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive, and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And it's Saturday morning. Where can you find Karl DeMasi and Chad Griffin? Right here.
Live at Center Sports Universe, Coach's Corner. Like we said before we went off, TVs are starting to come on. The playoff mantra is happening. 3 big games today.
3 big games tomorrow and Monday night.
Maybe
if
the
it
Natty.
happens.
The Natty.
My side hurts.
Down in Miami.
My ribs hurt.
Hard Rock.
My ribs hurt.
Mine would hurt if you took a helmet like he did, that jerker. But
once again, it's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, the Coach AD. We haven't missed a beat since the March 28th. We're glad to be here. John Henderson, Adele Henderson, thank you for letting us do this. We're part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. If you don't know, Wednesday nights, 6 o'clock. Rubbin' and Grubbin'. I'll swing the camera over right there. That's our NASCAR show with Dan Foles and Brandon Baines.
They're getting cranked back up, let me tell you, because they are starting to crank those engines back up Daytona and get testing going. So I'm sure they got a lot of news and a lot of NASCAR information coming for you, because Daytona's they're testing down Daytona starting in January.
And then over this shoulder, you got a small little poster. Travis Jadon, you got to come up with a bigger one there, buddy. But we got the Hot Grits podcast with Travis Jadon, Country Day Boy. Then we got Spencer Maddox, a Calorie Boy. They're doing a great hot podcast. The 41st edition came out, and I think the 42nd edition came out last
they're
night.
They're going to start doing 2 a week now.
2 a week now, so check them out. They talk about local things. They talk about national sports. And then don't forget the third. Well, we do have a 4th show. Don't forget, during the golf season, we're going to have the Herb Brothers on the 19th hole. Or is it the 19th clubhouse? 19th hole. And, the Herb Brothers did a great job. We also got something in the works because we're the other show, the Karl DeMasi Sports with Coach AD, a little bowling event for a little charity. The young guys from the Hot Grid podcast think they can beat the old guys or the guys from Rubbin' and Grubbin' or the guys from the 19th hole.
Listen, no bumpers, Travis.
Yes, Travis.
And so
no
we
bumpers.
actually have to bowl without bumpers.
What's that? That's baby bowling. He's baby bowling. He's baby bowling. That's what it is. Travis Jadon, if you're listening, you're baby bowling. Be a man. Step up. Get rid of those bumpers. Oh, I'm gonna score a 180, 190. Oh, without the bumpers, I'll score a 170. Show us, buddy.
All right, I'll tell you. I'll do it right now. I'll do it right now, Travis. If you roll a 170 without bumpers, I will add another $20 into the pot for the charity. Yeah, I'll pull it out of my pocket and I'll give you another 20 if you hit 170 without bumpers. So I hope you do. I hope you do for charity.
We got to get a meeting together. We got to find a place. We got to find a charity. So we got to get the shows together. Why not have it right here at Coach's Corner? Have a Coach's Corner meeting so we can come up where that's going to happen. Stay tuned because it's going to be a lot of fun. The young guys are always bragging. I don't think the brothers.
I don't think
the Herb brothers aren't taking too kindly either.
No, not the Rub and Grubbin guys. They immediately got into the mix.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, they did not hesitate to get into that mix quick. So
we gotta let Lawrence Bennett film this whole thing because it'll make a great show.
Produce it, and that'll be a great comedy of errors for all of us bowling. So stay tuned to that.
You can see us on YouTube. Subscribe to the Karl DeMasi Sports Board, Coach AD. Subscribe to Rubbin' and Grubbin' on YouTube. See what their shows are all about. Join us,
get
okay?
Some bowling shirts.
All right. So before I forget, let me thank our guest. First of all, Stuart Fife. I will fix the interview due to the fact that the internet was really horrible today for the first part of the show. So Dr. Stuart Fife, Fife Therapy opened up the Fife Therapy Rehab Complex over there on Mall Terrace.
Yep.
Turfing, I call it AstroTurf like Stuart does, but they call it field turf. Okay, they're going to field turf the whole back parking lot. They got containers out to make what do you say, locker rooms, court rooms, and all that stuff. And then go check it out. He's got a hydro
aqua tank, baby. Aqua tank.
Okay, aqua tank. I call it aqua tub. Okay.
It's basically a hydrotherapy tank.
You get in there and run.
You can run. You can do workouts. You're doing rehab there. Like he said, you're doing resistance, which is different than
all those machines.
Technology, man. Technology.
And he's up on the technology.
He is.
Check it out. Fife Therapy. Thank you, Dr. Stuart Fife. Then, of course, we went with our Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. Got to thank Bart and Lisa Wetherington for supporting that since day one, since I started doing this. Can't believe 2010. But we had former Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic athlete Winston Wright on his way to Atlanta to train from Savannah, Georgia, Memorial Day School, West Virginia. The Jet, 553 yards, 2 touchdowns, had a phenomenal year this year.
I think he's going to find a place.
Oh, he's going to hit the NFL.
He's going to find.
He's going to make the show.
One. His speed alone will get him on somebody's roster. And you look at a guy like Tyreek Hill,
right?
And who he reminds me of. I don't know what his straight 40 time is, but if he's anywhere in that 4.4 range, watch out.
We got a flash. We got a news flash from Lawrence Bennett, the producer of Rubbin' and Grubbin'. John Henderson is going to be the MC.
Oh my goodness gracious!
John Henderson's going to be the MC. This should be a lot of fun. I hope we can find a place that they don't mind adultish language going on, because there's going to be a lot of it. Not from us guys, okay? We know Brandon can throw that NASCAR little twist to it, okay? And we know Dan Foles loves to throw it. He fills that bucket up every time. So it'll be a lot of fun. All right. And then, of course, our last guest, Anita Howard. Anita Griffin, Beach Bulldog, state champion, went on to play college basketball, went on to coach Columbus State, now is the head coach of Georgia Southern. You want to see a young lady that's energetic and is full of coaching and loves what she does. First thing she does after she beats App State last night, goes on social media to find out what her AE Beach Lady Bulldogs did as they upset Johnson High School. Just a great interview right there.
She's incredible. I love when we get to have her on. It's such a privilege. And the fact that she's still so humble to come on and talk about, locally, talk about what's going on in Georgia Southern, always promoting Georgia Southern. And like I said, if I had a kid and I was going to send them to go play basketball, from what I know from her, and that's where they would be going.
So once again, as I've said all along since I started doing this, the swear bucket will be there too. Okay. Since I started doing this, it's all about the guest. And my philosophy, as it is with Chad, it's all local all the time. We stress all local. There's so much sports to talk about. Oh, man. And there's a lot of sports to talk about here right in the SAV. So once again, former players, former people right now, they make it happen, okay? We got a big Saturday right here today at Coach's Corner. First game kicking off at 1 o'clock. It's the Indianapolis Colts taking on the story of the NFL, if you ask me, this year, is the Buffalo Bills. And just to make Chad a little happy, because Buffalo is in New York.
Oh, I knew. Oh, look at him.
There we go. I'm rooting for the Bills because my Jets stink. The Giants stink. Hey, we got a team from New York. Buffalo, baby.
Hey,
Buffalo.
I want everybody out there who's been crashing on Josh Allen for all these years that thought he was an overhyped guy coming out of Wyoming. But listen,
where?
Came out of Wyoming. Josh
Where?
Allen.
What state?
Wyoming.
That's the southern drawl right there. Wyoming, brother.
Wyoming.
Go ahead.
All right.
Wyoming, we got you.
The Cowboys. Cowboys. And but the kid can absolutely play. He's had an MVP type season. I know he had a rough spot there in the middle, and everybody got off the bandwagon. But listen, he's been a great story. And one, Indianapolis, a dome team going outside, playing in probably a little bit of sleet and snow. Now, granted, hey, their D-line's tough. All right, their D-line, I think, has got 20-something combined sacks this year, so that's going to be tough. But still, I'll take Josh Allen and the Bills.
All right, but, it takes a old Bill quarterback to coach the Colts, and that's Frank Reich. Okay, but anyway, just so you know, this fact, Bills won the AFC East for the first time since 1995 and won 13 games for the first time since 1991. Okay. We're talking about Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Thurman Edmonds. Andre, and a little-known guy from Georgia Southern does the kicking. Tyler Bass. There's some flavor right there, people. Right up the road. So make sure you watch that at 105.
2 kickers
and
in the NFL.
Remember, if you're a Buffalo fan, you can't find it. You want to come in and have a little adult beverages and the best chicken wings in Savannah. Join them right there. Okay. All right. So then we go to 4:40 p.m. We go to the far west. The Rams, the LA Rams, taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Rams come in at 10-6. Little on a downside right there towards the end of the season.
What's the stats of the quarterback, Goff? Is he out with a thumb?
I don't know yet. I haven't heard.
So I know he didn't play last week because he had a thumb injury. One, if we were in a non-COVID era, that place in Seattle would be rocking and rolling. The issue here, which has been the thing, is LA's defense is really good. And it's not like Seattle's offense has been electric, through this time. Don't get me wrong. Russell Wilson is great.
Right.
I think the difference is that quarterback for LA, if Goff is playing or not, but it's in Seattle. I'm taking Russell Wilson in the Seahawks.
Oh, you got to go. You got to go with the 12.
But I think if Goff was really healthy and was playing well at the end of the year, but man, that D line for LA, that could be the difference though on the back end.
And that's another cold weather game. Okay, Buffalo, now Seattle, and this one's probably going to be a little cold too in DC. There's the other story of the year besides the Buffalo Bills in the AFC. Let's go to the NFC. The Washington football team. I want to say Washington Redskins. Okay, but it's Tampa Bay. Tom Terrific. They think he's the GOAT. I don't go to the GOAT. I mean, the greatest of all time. There are so many quarterbacks that we can name that are just right up there with Tom Terrific. Okay, and in Washington, with probably the best story of it all, comeback player of the year, Alex Smith.
Yeah, Smith. You got to love that story. Ron Rivera, what he's going through, battling cancer.
Right,
there.
Ron Rivera.
I mean, I loved Ron Rivera in Carolina. I didn't want to see him go. I thought he'd be a guy like Tomlin at Pittsburgh who would just be there.
Right.
And new ownership came in, won the clean house. And listen, I think Matt Rule's doing well, from that standpoint. But I loved Ron when he was with the Panthers. And listen, they made some bold decisions.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Haskins they've cut loose.
Number one pick.
I do have to say, I don't know how it's going to work when who's the D lineman from Ohio State who called out Tom this week. He walked off the field last week, so I want some Tom Brady. Kid from Ohio State, played national.
Chase Young.
He walked off the field, looked down at the camera, and was like, I'm coming for you, Tom, which is great. You're right. He is coming for Tom. But is that going to be enough to stem Tom Brady and these guys and get them going? I think it'll be close early. But I think Tampa Bay, Gronkowski looks as good as he's looked, and all their receivers. I think Tampa Bay gets one.
Well, they're going to put a lot of onus on Alex Smith. Tampa Bay's run defense gives up the fewest yards per game. I think they only give up something crazy, like 75, 80 yards a game.
So that's going to put them in a lot of second long, third long situations.
So we'll see what Ron can do with that Tampa Bay defense. So that's today. All right, we'll do this quick. Tomorrow, we kick it off at 105.
What a game.
The Ravens against the Titans.
They're
both 11-5. They've both got probably two of the most outstanding up-and-coming stars in the NFL. So it's going to be an interesting one.
I think it's going to be.
Yep.
And it's in Tennessee. I know it really doesn't matter where the game's been played at because
it's going to be cold.
Crowd, but still, man, if you can't stop Derrick Henry, both of the teams are just huge rushing attacks. Mm-hmm. Can contain Hill, give him enough offense, throwing the ball. You know what you're getting in Lamar Jackson, who's just electric all over the field. But I'm gonna go with Henry here. I'm gonna go with Henry. I just think the pounding. Just take But there
I'm
is
trying to look at my stats here, but I know Baltimore is
the
only.
X factor is just Lamar, man. You just don't.
You don't know what Lamar's going to do.
He can run, and then as soon as you step up, he throw.
You don't know what he's going to do.
I'm going with Derrick Henry though, but I would not be surprised to see Baltimore win this one as well.
So Mr. Lamar is tied Michael Vick for quarterbacks with 1,000-yard rushing yards in the season. Okay. All right, here we go. The Bears go to the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, take on Drew Brees and the Saints. I just think the Saints are too much for the Bears, even though, the Bears, you got to love the Bears, but not this year. I don't think the Bears can do it. They brought back good old Mitch, okay, and he's proved himself. I don't know why they even made the move, but that's another story in itself, So, Matt Nagy, I just think he got coined as another offensive guru, but I'm telling you right now, I just think New Orleans is too tough in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome.
Well, I'm going to say this. All right, Matt, not that you're listening to the show.
That's at 440.
But you'd have no hair and you wear a visor. And so I'm just saying, it was cold last week, put on a beanie, but whatever. All right. No, I agree. I mean, Trubisky came back, got him into the playoffs, made a couple of bad passes at the end of the game last week. But still, Drew Brees and those guys, and I mean, I'm with you. I'm gonna take Drew Brees and them in New Orleans. That's hard to beat Mercedes-Benz. I don't care if ain't nobody in there. That's a tough place to play.
All right, the last one quickly. Okay, it's a matchup of last week, but Big Ben didn't play. The Browns, first time they've made the playoffs in 18 years, take on the Steelers in Pittsburgh this time. So it's going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I think Pittsburgh's a little ticked off that the Browns thought they really did something last week. Tomlin said a lot of his starters didn't play.
Right.
Hey, Browns had to have the win and get in the playoffs. I think Pittsburgh comes out and really just puts their foot on their neck a little bit. And, but Browns got so many skilled guys, man. I mean, you can get loose and play here or there, but I'll take Pittsburgh at home.
All right.
They're not finishing up well.
The last one, Monday night, if they play it, okay, Alabama taking on the Ohio State Buckeyes.
I tell you, I've never been more impressed with Justin Fields as I was in that game. And I tell you what was funny, we talked about this a little bit the other night, is Hayes and I went back and watched the Elite 11 from 2017, and he outdueled Trevor Lawrence, now Elite 11, take home the MVP, and he was just precision-like. In Elite 11, he was precision-like. The other night, especially after taking the big hit, a lot of kudos to that joker, man. He was unbelievable, staying in the pocket, finishing that game the way they did. They just cut them up. Him and Olave just made people look silly. And, so – but you are playing Alabama.
Right.
Now, my biggest thing is Sark's departure going to be a distraction? I don't think so. Because, I mean, when you have a chance to win a national championship, and a lot of his coaches have been in this position this time of year. I like to go back and look at the stats of OCs that were leaving going into the national championship game and how many Alabama's won or lost. But I'm going to take the Tide. I think they have enough defense on the back end to hold down or limit the massive plays that you saw Ohio State have last week against Clemson. I say Alabama, tough game, tighter game. I do think there's going to be more score than what people think. I'm going 32-28 Tide.
I forgot what my college pick was. I think I have it like 42-34 or something like that, Alabama. But you know what? Alabama's 8-point favorites. Alabama's defense was light out against Notre Dame. 31-14.
Notre Dame, though.
This is not Notre Dame. Ohio State's defense was lights out against Clemson.
Yes, they were.
So I think people aren't thinking about a defensive battle here. Okay, we know Alabama's got all the stars. Jones, Javonte
Smith, Heisman
Trophy winner.
First receiver.
The running back. Alabama's running back. Najee Harris.
Najee Harris.
I mean, you got so many stars.
Too.
Right? And who's coming back? Waddle.
Yeah, boy.
So it's going to be pretty interesting. I think it's going to be a defensive battle. And I'm going to say this right here. I think it's going to be like a 24-21 game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be a defensive battle.
I don't think it's going to be a blowout either. I think it's going to be 32-28. I think early on it's tight, And then after halftime, they make adjustments and they start lighting the scoreboard up a little bit towards the end. So
it'll be a good one.
So what's your score?
I say 24. Let me write it down.
Write down.
I'm saying 24-21 Alabama.
Bama. All right, I'm going
by a field goal.
I'm going 32-28 Bama.
Okay, so we got those down tight. All right,
if Ohio State wins, we both lose. It don't matter.
And you want to have a good time for the Natty, the national championship. Be here Monday night because it's all right here at Coach's Corner. Okay, quickly, I didn't get to do this, but the Savannah local news. Okay, don't forget next week would have been the Rumble in the Rink.
Oh my God!
So there's no end market Savannah Hockey Classic. It started way back in 1999. Georgia Bulldogs are last year's defending champions, but it's not going to happen. Okay. Publix Women's Half Marathon is still on, and that's March 27th currently. All right. This is all from the Savannah Sports Council. Don't forget, we're hoping that it happens. We'll have the 2021 men's and women's lacrosse invitationals on May 5th. The NIAA Men's and Women's Lacrosse Invitation find a new home in Savannah, Georgia this year. We hope that happens. Don't forget, Savannah Disc Golf is going on today right out at Triplet Park and Pooler. This weekend is the amateurs. Next week is the professionals. And if you didn't watch our show Thursday night,
you missed the
professionals make
go, man. The top professionals make over $100,000 in disc golf.
Unbelievable. Okay,
I'm gonna give you a little. I'm gonna give you something here.
Go ahead.
Give me something here.
We still got one more announcement. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
The Savannah Falcons. They're our semi-pro football team. They won their first game 2 weeks ago. We had them on our show. They're down in Brunswick at the MLK Kickoff Classic. They're taking on the Argyle Avengers at 1 p.m. today in Brunswick. So check out the Savannah Falcons Facebook page.
Argyle Avengers.
Right.
I like that.
All right, so let's go. We got to get out of here.
All
right, go ahead. You got an announcement?
All right, so another event we just found out, just confirmed, and I'm very grateful to Robert Wells and the Savannah Sports Council for helping us put together this presentation here in Savannah. Guess what? We're going to get to host. I think it's May the 13th through the 15th or 16th. Guess what? Savannah's going to host.
Happy Mother's Day. I don't know.
GHSA
Baseball
State Championship Soccer.
Nice.
Thank you, Robert Wells, for helping out with that. We've been trying to get it in Savannah the last couple of years.
Nice.
And so Kevin Giddens from Georgia High School confirmed that this week.
Is it everybody or just certain classifications?
It'll be certain classifications like baseball. It'll be broken up. So
are they coming back for baseball to Grayson? I know they dumped us last year.
We are working on that profusely.
Okay. All right. Let's get three out the door.
All right. Here's my 3 questions to Coach DeMasi here. All right. We're in the middle of basketball season. Who won the Heisman? Devontae Smith.
Okay, Lawrence Bennett, the producer. Okay, the producer from Rubbin' and Grubbin has a little prediction here. Who won the Heisman? Devontae. Alabama will crush it, 42-3.
No,
Lawrence.
No. I'm not going to tell you that Alabama's not going to win it, but Ohio State to score 3. Listen, Alabama's gave up some points. I mean, they get
Lawrence.
Listen, they gave up how many points they gave up to Florida and Trask. You telling me what? I mean, we'll see. He'll be
Lawrence. Put some money in the swear bucket.
But hey, that's his opinion. That's big. Roll Tide for you guys. All right, 3 questions out the door here from my man here. All right, favorite basketball sports movie of all time?
There's no joke. Hoosiers.
Hoosiers is good.
I want you to make sure you know the smell or the taste of their gum or the flavor of their gum.
That's right. How many passes?
6.
No.
How many?
4.
4?
4.
I thought it was 6.
4.
Okay.
And my team's on the 4, Coach. You need 5. No, sir. My team's on the 4.
Okay.
All right. So favorite basketball. Yeah, Coach Carter's good too. There. That's
right. Coach Carter. That's my second favorite.
Favorites. All right. Basketball movie. All right. Favorite college basketball moment. Favorite college basketball moment of a game you've watched or attended or whatever. Favorite college basketball moment. Since we're ramping up college basketball season.
Favorite. I got to go with Raleigh Massimino
and that's a good one.
And the Villanova Wildcats.
Upsetting
Georgetown.
That was an 80.
Because I'm a Big East guy.
I was 80.
84?
84?
84?
Yeah.
Sorry, Horace Broad.
Yeah. Sorry. Then I would say my favorite moment is when Michael Jordan and knock down the shot
Right.
and beat Georgetown in A2.
Right.
So, all right.
We're hating on Georgetown and Villanova here right now. So go ahead.
George, cool, man. All right. So favorite basketball movie, favorite basketball moment.
Right.
All right. Favorite basketball current coaching moment.
Okay. Well, I'm going personal here.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm getting personal here.
Go.
I think it was 2016 or 2017. I didn't coach 18 and 19. So it's 2017 when we beat Jenkins High School at Islands High School.
Nice.
A program that I helped build. I didn't start it, but I helped build. And the blowouts that these teams would put on us, there was nothing better than beating Jenkins High School and Savannah High and Johnson in the same year.
Nice.
I mean,
nice.
that had to be my proudest coach moment. And I made it to, I made it to a state semifinals with St. Andrews. I made it to New York State quarterfinals with my Lady Rocks. But that had to be the most defining moment in my basketball career is when we knocked those three teams off in the same season.
Awesome. Good stuff. That's the outdoor. I was going to ask him, do you know the diameter of a basketball goal? But, I don't know. Who knows that stuff? I saw it as a random question. But
I know it's 10 feet off the floor and it's 15 feet from the foul line.
There you go. Hey, another Hoosiers.
I know it.
He lifts them up, measured it.
Yep.
Do you know where are they playing that game in Hoosiers? Where is that game actually played at? And do you know? Can you remember from the movie where it was?
No, I can't.
Butler Fieldhouse.
Butler Fieldhouse.
Yeah.
Campus of Indiana, the University of Indiana.
No, University of Butler.
Okay. Oh, Butler Fieldhouse.
Yeah,
Duh.
Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, so once again, we appreciate you coming on. We appreciate you joining us as we come on here every Saturday morning. It's always a lot of fun. I hope whatever you've been doing up to this point, you hit it out of the park. But until next time we're on, which will be, well, I don't know. We might have to make a schedule change Wednesday night.
We're hosting the Sharks
Wednesday
over here.
night.
They're coming. The Sharks are coming over to 63rd and Paulson to play in Little Tippett Gym, play a little basketball.
So we'll have to figure out when the
Wednesday.
show is next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll be back on Thursday night.
I'll be back on Thursday night again.
We might have to do Thursday night. You're going to be able to skip through your middle school games?
No, I think I'm in the same situation again. I have one playing at 5 and one playing at 7.
Well, we'll do it like we did last time.
I hope it's like that.
So we'll do it like
figure
that.
And also, though, I start back coaching.
That's right. Soccer starts Monday. Okay. So, but anyway, once again, we hope that, it'll be your best week ever. We thank you for being here. Once again, we don't have our props here. I don't have it. Mask up. Wash those hands. Be safe. And once again, God bless America.
Get the vaccine if it's out there. Go get it.
God bless America. We need it at this time in our country's history.
Amen, brother.
Okay. Here we go. We'll see you next Thursday night.
Thursday.